recognize every worker that is here today. And I congratulate you for coming here today and for the May 1st celebration. Today is the Workers' Day. I congratulate you very sincerely for another Workers' Day celebration. And I want to thank God that we're able to gather here today peacefully to celebrate today. Because in spite of all that is happening in Nigeria, Delta State has remained peaceful. And we thank God that we can gather here confidently to celebrate this day. So I want to first of all touch on the issues of the national theme, which has to do with peace and security. It is true that without peace and security, nothing can be achieved. And I want to use the opportunity to thank all our security agencies, here today represented by the Commissioner of Police and the Director of SSS, and all the other agencies, the Army, the Navy, that have collectively and together worked very hard to ensure that there's peace and security in Delta State. There's no doubt that we've had our own security challenges, but each time we come up, our security agencies have stood up to the challenges. So today, we have very, very challenging cattle herdsmen invading our various rural areas. A lot of our farmers have been finding it difficult to farm because of the menace of cattle raiders. As a state, we have put up a committee chaired by the Commissioner of Police to deal with this menace. Because like we keep saying, we will not close our eyes and let other people come and drive us from our state. We welcome visitors, we encourage visitors, but we shall only welcome visitors that will come and stay with us peacefully. We will not welcome those who want to drive us from our state. So I want to assure every Delta that the state government is doing everything possible to deal with the issue of the menace of cattle raiders. Apart from the cattle raiders, we are also noticing that there are other people who are virtually invading the states. We do not know where they come from, but we think that many of them are not even Nigerians. So we have mandated this committee headed by the Commissioner of Police to work with immigration to ensure that these strangers are not and do not take over our state. In doing that, I want to appeal to every Delta citizen to be very security conscious. Because some of us ignorantly admit these people into our various communities. Some of us give them houses to stay. Some of us leave our houses or our structures uncompleted, and these people take over these structures. Please be security conscious. The little money you may have collected from them to give them shelter may put you in trouble if you do not take time. So, the security agencies have been mandated to really go around and fish out these stranger elements that are making our people very uncomfortable. Be mindful of who you take to do menial jobs for you. Be mindful of who you take as a houseboy or as a housegirl. Be mindful of who you take as a laborer. Be mindful of who you take as a bricklayer. We must all be very security conscious. We shall do our best, but a lot depends on how vigilant we are. And by the grace of God, they shall not overtake our state. Second issue that has been raised today, which I believe is very critical, is that of unemployment. We have been saying it from 2007 that our biggest challenge in Delta is that of unemployment. And the biggest challenge worldwide today is that of unemployment. We are all aware that a lot of presidents, prime ministers are losing election because of the challenges of unemployment. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It's a challenge that even the federal government is having. It's a challenge that every state is having. But as a state, we are working very hard to reduce the numbers of our unemployed citizens. From our program of Delta Beyond Oil, which we have started in 2007, a lot is going on. And our youths and our women are being employed. The state government will employ directly when vacancies occur and when there's money to pay. Because you may have the vacancies, but you may not have the money to pay the salaries. But we continue to employ as vacancies and funds become available. Let me appeal that when this processing starts, we should not sabotage the process. Just now, I've approved employment for workers in the civil service. But the process has some challenges because even before starting the process, we're already hearing people collecting money from unemployed workers. If you collect 300,000 from an unemployed worker, when that worker is employed, which is 300,000, which he or she has borrowed, the first thing is to recover the money and go and pay the loan. Is that not so? Sometimes it is said that, oh, this money is being collected by public servants, by politicians. And I must say that civil servants are also involved. So it's a collective responsibility. We must ensure that the process is free and those who are supposed to get the jobs, get the jobs. As for specifics, I know we have challenges in the number of teachers, in the number of health workers. But I want to assure professionals in these areas that in the next few weeks, we shall devise a process to employ more workers in the teaching service and in the health sector. But while doing that, we are also going to scrutinize the people that are currently working, because we continue to notice that in the midst of our workers, there's what we call workers that are not deserving of the employment. So very soon we shall do another round of screening to weed out those who are not supposed to be in the service. Because beginning to manifest, there are many people who are not supposed to be in the service. As for specifics, a lot of requests have been made, a lot of issues have been brought forward by both the NLC chairman and the TUC chairman. Some of the issues that have been raised have already been dealt with. So I will not go into specifics. But that also means that the issue of the gap between labor and government has to be dealt with. there has to be bridging of that gap. And I want to promise Labour that we'll do something about that. So some of the issues that were raised today, which have been dealt with, you'll be properly informed. The issue of subvention. There's no doubt that we have challenges in the funds that come to the state. Right now, all the states of the Federation, they have challenges. In fact, some states are unable to pay salaries, and for 2-3 months, they are owing on salaries. But by God's grace, we are able to meet up with our wage bills. But that does not mean that we do not have financial stress. And in dealing with the financial stress, we've had to ask everybody to tighten our belts. We've reduced subvention, yes. And I must say and stress that subventions are not part of our salaries. They are not funds to be shared as soon as they come. They are funds to be used to buy items that will help us in our work, for logistics, for movements. If we search our heart and if we search our conscience, subventions have become part of our salary. We should not do. Finally, yes, I know requests have been made over and over again for something extra at the end of the year. I don't want to call it Christmas bonus, but at least something extra at the end of the year. Let me assure the workforce that this year we shall look into it and work out something extra for workers, including myself, at the end of this year. What it will be, I don't know yet, because I need to consult with the head of service, I need to consult with the finance people so that we know what to do. But definitely, no matter how small, at all, I bypass. And then finally, I want to thank Labour. I want to thank you for the cooperation you have given to this administration. A lot of issues have arisen, but each time they arise, they are dealt with peacefully. I want to thank NUT. I want to thank all the other unions for the peaceful manner that issues have been dealt with. On pension, I want to assure the workforce that it's been challenging dealing with the new pension scheme. Like I did explain, Delta State is one of the few states that have ventured into the new pension scheme. But whatever challenges there are, we are gradually getting to the end of the challenges. So it's on that note, I want to thank everyone that has come here, and I want to pray that there will be improved relationship and continuous relationship between Labour and government. God bless you.